Okay guys, we're going to talk about supplementation as part of our back to school survival kit during a pandemic. So super important when you are sending out anybody into a time of high stress or adversity or any of that sort of stuff. You want to have foundations anchored. So going back to school with our kids, I'll tell you what we're doing, and it's not out of panic, it's not out of fear, it's just we want to have the best foundation we can possibly have going into something like this. So you get exposed to any type of infection, the stronger you are going into that adversity, the faster and better you're going to come out of it. So supplementation, I wouldn't say it's mandatory. Most people have strong immune systems. Most people are doing great on their own. However, supplementation, I always call it like the insurance policy, right? You might not get out of foods nowadays what we once used to get out of foods. So supplementation could be very effective and helpful that way. So let me run you through a couple of things that we would do at my house. So first of all, vitamin C. Vitamin C, I would take with my kids, who are ranging in age between 8 and 16. I'd give them 1,000 milligrams a day of vitamin C. My wife and I typically will take 2,000 as well. So vitamin C, everybody knows about the benefits of that. It's powerful aid in the body, strong antioxidant, and even though Google and YouTube are pulling it off their pages, we know that vitamin C is an effective aid for the immune system. Going forward from that, we would use in our household vitamin D. Don't forget the last video I showed you though, where we talked about how insulin affects vitamin D in a negative way. So if you're taking your vitamin D supplementation, you want to make sure that you're getting good use out of it. So keep your insulin foods really low. Eat insulin friendly is what I'm trying to say. You don't want high levels of insulin in your body. So vitamin D, we typically think around 30 international units per pound of body weight. So if you have a person who's a 30-pound person, you're going to give them, let's call it 900, 1,000 international units per day. You can take a lot of vitamin D. You don't have to be excessively afraid of that at all. So we just go with that format in our house, about 30 international units per pound of body weight. We have it in the office, both in tablet form, and liquid as well. Sometimes people can get the liquid into their kids a lot better. Next on the list for us would be zinc. Zinc is a super important part. If you saw some of the videos that came out from different doctors who talk about how they help their patients manage COVID, one of the doctors talked about zinc being a very, very important part of that. Zinc can come in a liquid format like this. Tastes super delicious. This is a natural peach tangerine flavor. Zinc can also come in a capsule format. Capsule format's about 15 milligrams per dose. And zinc is super important for upper respiratory tract infections, throat infections. When you think about throat infections that people get, they oftentimes take zinc lozenges that they'll pick up, in pharmacies and different stuff like that for them. Very important for all upper respiratory tract type things. These are all, by the way, preventative. These aren't things that we're talking about just taking when you feel sick. That's going to come in our first aid video that we talk about. This is all about when people need to just keep their foundation strong and healthy. Next thing that I have on this list here would be, this is called HMF Super Powder. This is a probiotic. Probiotic is super important nowadays because of the rampant use of antibiotics and the fact that many, many people have excessively dominant yeast in their body from consuming sugar so much. So a probiotic, the reason I love this one is number one, it's cost efficient. Comes in a powder format. You can put it into smoothies. You can put it into your kids' yogurt. You can put it, sprinkle it onto anything. Your kids won't even know it's there. It's tasteless. We just put it into water and drink it in our household. But 1 actual gram, which is a tiny little scoop inside of here, so this is 120 servings inside of this container. 1 actual gram contains 10 billion CFU of probiotics in here. So super effective and easy to get into your kids without them having to swallow a capsule. Next thing would be omega-3. This is a super EFA Fort capsule. So this is omega-3, which is a very strong anti-inflammatory in the body and super important for all developing kids because this is very important for brain health and neurological health. It's super key that you would have omega-3 coming into your body, partly because we're an omega-6 dominant society, and even we have a ton of bad fats, especially if we're not eating clean as well. So an omega-3 is an important thing for your family's health foundation as well, especially in this back to school time. This is called NAC or NAC, which actually stands for, I think it's N-acetylcholine. But anyways, This is a supplement that aids the body in the process of producing something called glutathione. You don't have to worry all those big fancy words, but NAC helps set the stage for glutathione production. Why does that matter? Glutathione is the most powerful antioxidant that your body actually produces. So, you know, asparagus helps with the production of glutathione. Watermelon helps with the production of glutathione. NAC is a supplement that my family's been using and taking since the whole pandemic started back in the middle of March, just to make sure that we have those glutathione levels nice and high. And then selenium, which is also part of that whole process of immune system support. It's a great antioxidant, and we use that in our household as well. So if you can do all of this, we're gonna have it all in the office. We've got it set up as a back to school survival pack for supplements. We're gonna be running special pricing on that. So you can get in touch with anybody in our office and just mention you want the back to school survival pack. We're gonna have that set for families to be able to fortify themselves with their health going forward. Bless you guys, we'll see you soon.